me peaceful, over me peaceful, all around me peaceful, all around me peaceful.
Connie and I are co-chairing this capital campaign because we simply believe in the Guilford Community Church. It has been a tremendous resource and solace in our lives, and we believe it should be here for others and continue into the future, and this is the chance to make that happen. I'm reminded of an expression from Boy Scouting which says, leave the campsite a little better than you found it. And it really is kind of like a campsite. We're not here forever. We get to enjoy this wonderful space and this wonderful communion together, and it ought to be there for people in the future. So we want to leave that behind. People think that I could do this, so I said yes.
This is a great church. We do amazing things in the community. We do amazing things beyond the community. I think the tolerance and acceptance in this church is just wonderful, and I think we're kind of a beacon for the community of what we stand for. But the building needs maintenance, and we would like the building to be beautiful as well. We'd like to support missions, local missions, and it's a good time because it's the 250th anniversary, and that's always a good time to review where you've been and to think about where you're going. You know, I love being here, and I love feeling love in the congregation. It's a very, very warm and accepting congregation and welcoming congregation.
I really feel like it's important to replenish the endowment that we borrowed money from for buying the property next door. Don't see another way to do that. You know, you have to ask people, and people are usually really generous about giving when you ask them.
Yeah, the capital campaign is important, so it seems like it's needed, and well, obviously if others don't contribute, we're not going to make the goal, and we really need it to get things up another notch, another level to where we can do more. That's all. It's simple as that.
In my effort to contribute to their growth as human beings, I thought that would be a great experience for them. And since I had the connection they'd still be in the U.S. and yet be in a foreign place. And I thought it might be a great experience. And doing it under the auspices of a mission, I felt that it was both an opportunity for them to enjoy themselves, to learn more about other people, and in some ways to expand their own horizons. And I think it worked out really great. And the youth have never disappointed me. The kids at every level of his growth has been the most meaningful for me, to see them really become young kids, then young adults, and with the guidance and of the church as their backbone, so to speak. I think that's been, for me, the most enlightening. I think that's what a church should be.
– 2016 was a great year for me. In 2012, one of the youth groups through the church went to Kenya, and they took pictures of the orphans that we help in Kaiguchu, and they brought back these pictures and they made a nice display, and they asked us all to take home a picture with us to pray for a child and keep them in our thoughts and to send them good thoughts. And I took home a picture of a little girl named Stella, and in February of this year I was able to go to Kenya, and I met Stella, and after 4 years of seeing her picture, I got to see her, and it was an amazing moment to know that what I'd been doing for the past 4 years, I got to see the girl I'd been thinking of.
The experience was sort of eye-opening, you know? If you live in the same type of area for so long, like Brattleboro, Vermont, for example, you don't really see much of the rest of the world except on Facebook, on the internet, on TV. So you don't really know what it's like to be in one of those areas. And the involvement in the youth group has helped me to be more active in trying to help people. Because we didn't really have an active youth group at my old church, and when I came here, I think the first week I came, we talked about the South Dakota trip, and I was like, whoa, this is really cool. And since then I've been more active, and even on Facebook, just like making posts about what should change, and being on the reservation itself really helps open your eyes to what's going on in the world and makes you want to speak out about some injustices that are going on.
There are angels hovering round. There are angels hovering round. There are angels, angels hovering round to carry the tidings home. To carry the tidings home.
After I got discharged from Dartmouth about 2 years ago, I had to go back and forth, and I was in no condition to do that. And then I called Kathy Lovell, and she became my driver at Dartmouth Hitchcock for a while. And one time going up, I think I just asked, what's this church all about that you go to in Guilford? And she said, oh, it's a good place, I like it, I'm comfortable there. And she wasn't selling it at all. She was just like, it's where I go on Sunday, it's where I worship, and she just left it. I was like, oh, okay. It was no real push. So the next time we drove up, I asked her, to pick me up. And then I came here first Sunday and been kind of coming ever since.
We're on our journey home. We're on our journey
How to even begin to say what I love about this church? I think the first thing that comes to me is the fact that we have community right in the middle of the name, Guilford Community Church. And I know that the people that went before us purposely put that word there. For me personally, it makes me think of my grandparents who were Norwegian farmers, and I feel such a connection to the Guilford community, who is a 7-generation farm community. So I treasure the fact that we have people who farmed for generations here in this church. And yet, we also have people from as far north as Bellows Falls, as far south as Greenfield, from Keene. People come here because they love the diversity of the community, and that we really all enjoy and treasure the diversity that we have here. I know on any given Sunday, I look out and I see people of all ages, people of different ethnic backgrounds, people of different interests. We have artists and teachers and social workers, everybody dedicated to making Christ's light really shine through a community.
I love the music here because it is welcoming for anyone that wants to sing. The rehearsal happens an hour before church begins, and although it is directed by an incredible group of professional musicians, they welcome every voice.
I love this church because the people here are wonderful, and it's given me a lot of reason to look into myself and grow, and I think I have. I just feel very comfortable when I come, and I've made so many friends here, and I love the music, and I love Lisa and all the workers in the church.